It's officially 2024 and it is time for a change. Hi you guys, how you doing? Did you have a wonderful New Year's like I told you to? It's been a while, huh? I love a new year. I love the possibilities, and more importantly, I love the opportunity to bring in some much needed change. And change is exactly what we're going to talk about today. Here's the thing, towards the end of the last year, I feel like I started to lose a bit of steam and, quite frankly, a little bit of the passion I have for my work. Was it simply burnout? Maybe. But over the last couple of weeks, I've had a proper sit down to think about my art and my work and what I really want to do. And I realized I think it's time to change things up a little bit. And I figured, hey, what better first video of the year to make than to tell you exactly what my plans and big goals for the year are and why I feel like I want to do things a little differently this time around. Plus, I'm getting started on a brand new painting and you can watch me get into it. But most of all, I kind of just miss hanging out with you guys and just spending some time together. So today's video is just going to be a little bit of chill, a little bit of fun, and a little bit of quality time with your favorite gal. Hey, if you enjoy some quality time with Srish, that's me by the way, hello. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment below your biggest goals for this year and how you're doing things differently. Special shout out to my supporters on Patreon, love you guys. But yeah, whenever you're ready, let's dive into doing things a little differently this time around. Do you guys know that feeling when you have a new year ahead and everything is exciting and you're eager to plan things out and bring in fresh new energy? Well, the thing is, I did not really feel that this year. I don't know if it was just the severe burnout or if it was that I'm getting too old to be excited about arbitrary dates on the calendar, or if it was the fact that lately I'd fallen into a rut by the time December had rolled around, as we all tend to do by the end of a year. The latter is the only thing we can feasibly prevent by planning ahead, so that's what I decided to focus on. How could I make this year different so that by the time the holidays come around, I still have the energy and enthusiasm to push through it? So I pulled out my new planner for 2024, pulled out some self-help guides and worksheets, and actually ended up realizing 3 important aspects of the last year that might have contributed to me not even enjoying the holiday season as much as I used to anyway. Number 1, and this is something I feel like most of you can relate to, was that I spent way too much time doing things I felt like I needed to instead of doing things that I wanted to. I've always been someone who takes on far too much responsibility. And if you're spending your YouTube time watching a video like this one, chances are you're just like me. It is self-sabotage, and in my opinion, this is like an active form of procrastination. It's finding a bunch of things to do that you know you can put off or even delegate, but doing those things anyway in order to avoid what you actually should be doing. And after some soul searching, I think the reason why I tend to do this is because I'm afraid of what happens once I've done the things that I want to do. Say now there's a video I really wanted to make and I finally gave in and made it. First, what do I even do now? What if that was the last good idea I would ever have, and now that it's gone, I'll never make anything good again? But then, as if by sheer psychic power, one of my friends bullied me into reading this book by Brianna West called The Mountain Is You. If you're watching this, you know who you are, and you know I love you. But in the book, Brianna talks about the fear of peaking too early and then worrying the rest of your life is going to be dull in comparison. I felt so seen and validated in reading that everyone has this issue, but the shift in mindset is what helped me. To paraphrase the book, life is not gonna go back to getting worse after your biggest achievement. If anything, your big win has just expanded your world, kind of like when you play the Age of Empires and it gradually unlocks more of the map as your civilization grows. The only way your peak leads to a fall is if you quit trying. And since we've already established that you and I are overachievers, we're never gonna not be trying and working constantly. So hey, the fear of peaking doesn't even really exist in our world because it makes no sense. The second reason I was refusing to do things that I really wanted to do was out of a sense of obligation. I felt like if you guys are all taking the time to watch my videos here on YouTube, then it's like I owe you videos that you would want to see instead of making videos that I want to make. That's not to say I didn't enjoy making all those amazing tutorials and won't make any going forward, of course not, but it hasn't been quite the sweet spot that I've been wanting to hit. But the issue with trying to make content that I thought you would want to see is, well, I ended up doing a lot of assuming. I looked at popular art videos to see the trends and just decided that that is what my specific audience enjoys watching, not realizing that I'd basically been drawn in by the YouTube SEO hype. That's not why I started this channel though, and that's not why I wanted to be an artist. There's a million tutorials out there about how to draw a face and such on here on YouTube. We really don't need another 3,000 by me. Besides, what really lights my fire isn't so much art skill, it is art mindset. Especially with the recent issues in the art community. Yeah, AI quote art. I feel like we all just need to realign. The art world and just industry as a whole has become a cesspool of disillusionment and disappointment, honestly. And I really think the content that we need, and I'm definitely part of the we here, the content that we need is the stuff that reminds us of why we paint. Content that makes us fall back in love with the process of creation rather than the constant fear of losing opportunities to robots. Fear creates creative block, and quite frankly, that is the last thing we need. So here's where refocusing my work comes into play. I want to start talking less about showing you how to paint and more about helping you think better as a creative person in general. The human mind on creation mode has always been my favorite thing in the world, so while we will always talk about art, I want to try and incorporate more art mindset talk into these videos. And in doing so, hopefully I can achieve my second big goal for this year, which is to give my paintings time. Now, if you've been around this channel long enough, you know that this was actually also a goal I had last year, but I only partially succeeded at it. Because as usual, I decided that while I would give each painting more time to breathe and come into its own, that would only go so far as 3 weeks. Even if a painting didn't need that long, I would force it to take 3 weeks exactly. And if it was looking like a painting would take longer, I would just simply rush it. As a result, I look back and pretty much 50% of the paintings that I did last year are not quite what I wanted them to be. So this year, my big priority is for sure going to be to really respect the vision rather than trying to stick to a schedule. And my third and absolutely biggest goal for this year is to finish my Zodiac art project. Guys, I have literally been working on this since the end of 2020. It's been over 3 years. I need to pull my socks up and finish this. We've got 4 more paintings to go. And actually, the sketch you've been watching me draw this whole time is for the light Sagittarius piece. I wanted to finish these last 4 and then hopefully redo a couple of the old pieces that I really did enjoy. Honestly, the only other paintings I want to be doing this year is for the style studies. Apart from that, just the Zodiac pieces. I need you guys to hold me accountable here, please. Your girl needs to finish it so I can get on with my life. I think overall, the only thing I want to focus on this year is making the content that I truly enjoy making. On here and on my tarot channel, which by the way, I have a tarot channel, so if you guys are into the cool spooky stuff too, check that out. I'll link it in the cards and in the description. And as far as this painting goes, I'm really happy with the sketch so far. It is dynamic and clean and compositionally sound. I'm super excited to get some colors on. So let me know what you guys think of it so far. Now, is every single one of these things going to work out exactly like I want them to? Probably not, but I intend for them to, and that's what really matters. And I hope you guys can look at your goals the same way. The best we can do is our best, and if it takes a little longer than anticipated, hey, we're going to work at it until it works. So what are your big goals for the year, and how are you doing things differently this time around? Let me know in the comments below, and let's motivate each other. Come say hello on socials. I have Instagram, I have a Discord server, all the links are down below, and I'd love to see you on there. Also, if you want to grab all the cool extras, all the speed paints, all my old art and chill tutorials, all of my art in like 4K HD, 8K HD quality as well, all the step-by-steps for all my paintings, and also my brush kit. I have it all on my Patreon. I'll leave a link up here, and thank you so much for your support. But yeah, that's about everything for this first video for the year. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and hopefully for the entire year going forward. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. If you want some advice on setting some concrete goals so you can really do your best to set yourself up to achieve them, check out this video I shared a while ago. I'll leave it down here in the outro. I promise you'll enjoy it. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!